Ted Blom joins me now on Skype from Edenvale. Ted, you have seen Eskom chief executives come and go. The point is, the man himself, Andre de Ruyter, is an energy outsider, barring any energy experience from Sasol, there it is. Do you trust the process that appointed him? Did you see him coming?
Well, if I have to be 100% honest with you, I'm not sure that process wasn't flawed, because by making the announcement, the minister himself said he had ordered the board to provide him with an engineer. So somebody didn't read the guy's CV, because there's no engineering on his CV. So how he managed to slip through, heavens alone knows.
Ted, we have learned over this, not only the 10 years that we've had a revolving doors of CEOs, but through the last 25 years, really, that half of being Eskom chief executive is really about having the political gumption, like I said, the wherewithal to deal with an intervening stakeholder, to deal with unions, to deal with the growing debt pile, and also the bloated work stuff. What about Andre de Ruyter past executive experience says he's ready for this kind of challenge?
Look, I mean, he certainly has some corporate experience, although you'll have to explain to the market what his role was at Sasol with regard to the Lake Charles project, which we all know is a big problem within Sasol and led to the resignation of the two CEOs of Sasol in the last 2 weeks. You'll have to explain that away one way or the other when he eventually faces the press. The second issue that he'll have to face is the fact that ever since his appointment in 2014, the share price of his company has just been in decline. In fact, it's 75% of the value has fallen. So there seems to be a problem at Nampak, where he was the CEO. And one must ask yourself, did he jump or was he pushed?
That must be, of course, discussed, Ted, but of course, just to be fair to Andre de Ruyter here, when he came into Nampak, the debt levels were about 70% and he managed to bring them down. One argues that since Eskom doesn't really have to worry about dividends, reducing that debt might probably be the one thing that make him edge the other candidates. But my question here is more like, how does he transform himself into the executive that the CEO needs, considering that it nearly hospitalized the last one, nearly crippled Phakamani Kgadebe?
No, absolutely. And Eskom is not an easy organization to even work for, never mind lead. It's a very different culture. And the fact of the matter is, if the company culture doesn't accept you, they will treat you like they did certain previous chairmen who were cut off from the company. And in 6 months couldn't even get a
What does he do? What does he do? Does he start consulting widely? He surely can make friends with everybody at Eskom.
Well, the issue is, there are critical issues on the desk. Just acknowledge that. The first is that there's a power problem. The consistency of power is a major problem. And then don't forget about the coal problem. The pantry is empty, and that needs sorting out very fast. Then, of course, the debt, and then stakeholder relations. Now, I don't know which order that he wants to tackle those, but my gosh, they are all very, very big, urgent, and critical issues. And when he hits the desk on the 15th of January, half of the people that are going to be informing him are part of the problem. They are part of the corrupt people, the liars, the unethical people, the people of the procurement department who refuse to take lifestyle audits. So I think it's a poison chalice, and I wish him well. But I would be surprised if he actually makes the grade.
Ted, there are very difficult aspects of this that the new CEO under de Ruyter is going to have to deal with at Eskom. One, the finance minister who basically does not want to give Eskom money without any guarantee of transformation, of turning that into the 3 different entities and really moving the wheels along. There's an element of haste here. 2, there is also another minister to worry about, in this case, Pravin Gordhan, the Minister of Public Enterprise, and also how Mr. Gordhan has interfered in the past with the former CEO, Phakamani Kgadebe, wanted to have a curb on salary increases. Instead, we had an intervening minister and an intervening shareholder. He also has to deal with the unions. He also must deal with the inherent corrupt culture that has become Eskom. As Moody says, they say that they don't actually believe that government can come through with the transformation that they're saying they're going to lay out at Eskom. Do you believe that Andre is this person? I mean, I know he rides a bicycle to work, but surely he's going to need more than that to keep up his good health, right?
No, absolutely. And I mean, the other fact that you sort of left out is that, he comes with no energy experience. So he's not going to hit the road running. He has to go on a learning curve, as the minister has done in the last 18 months, and the minister says he's still learning. The board can't really support him because they're novices. And most of the immediate problems come January are going to be engineering problems. They're going to be coal engineering problems, boiler engineering and metallurgical problems. I don't know. If he didn't come with a strong engineering background and a strong turnaround or energy experience, I think he's got much going for him, other than he looks like a hell of a nice guy, and he's obviously very brave to take on the position.